These 10 profiles earn around rupees 10 lakh in the entry level portion itself, and they are getting placed only in top companies like Samsung, Qualcomm, Texas Instruments, etc. And you want to know what they exactly do and what technical stacks do they need to enter into VLSI Technology, then don't skip this video without wasting time. Let's jump directly into the video. First of all, let me explain what is VLSI Technology, because who have seen my previous video might know this, but who are all new, let me explain this in very short. In our day-to-day life, we are using n number of electronic items like laptop, smartphone, desktop, television, etc. All these electronic items primarily depend on chips to perform their action. Generally, these chips act as brain for these electronic items. So, VLSI Technology is all about designing and developing chips. Now let's see the top 10 high-paying profiles in VLSI Technology. First profile which you are going to see is VLSI Design Engineer. VLSI Design Engineer generally create the blueprint of the chips. Blueprint is all about arranging things. Generally, chips contain an n number of small parts. They actually end up in deciding how these small parts can work together inside a chip so that they can produce good quality electronic devices which is helpful for people. Generally, these design engineers earn around rupees 8 lakh per year in India at the starting level itself. Second role is VLSI Verification Engineer. What do they do? Think of this engineer like a tester. Because once the chip is designed, there should be someone to make sure the chip is functioning correctly or not, right? So, this VLSI engineer's job is to test the chip using computer simulations and to ensure that there are no bugs or errors in the design. Basically, it's like double checking the homework before we submit it. And their starting salary is around rupees 9 lakhs per year in India. Third role which we are going to see is DFT Engineer. DFT Engineer stands for Design for Testability Engineer. What do these engineers actually do? Imagine you are building a toy. Once it is fully assembled, you are realizing that you can't be able to check how the motor is working, how the battery is working, because everything is hidden inside the toy. In this case, the DFT engineer will be adding small windows or port to the toy so that they can peek inside and check whether the motor is functioning correctly or not, or whether the battery is working fine or not. In the same way, in the world of chips, these DFT engineers design test features within the chip so that the manufacturers can check whether the particular chip is functioning correct or not once this chip is built. And these engineers' starting salaries are around rupees 10 lakhs per year in India. Fourth role is ASIC Design Engineer. ASIC Design Engineer stands for Application Specific Integrated Circuit Design Engineer. As the name suggests, these engineers design application-specific integrated circuits. Integrated circuits are otherwise called as chips. Think of this engineer as a specialist. Specialists always work on specific field rather than general field. In the same way, this ASIC design engineer designs custom chips based on specific tasks. For example, if the company asks to design a chip for graphic purpose in a gaming console, he would design the chip only for graphic purpose rather than other purposes. These engineers' starting salaries are around rupees 10 lakhs per year in India. And the fifth role which you are going to see is IP Design Engineer. IP Design Engineer actually stands for Intellectual Property Design Engineer. Imagine you are building a city, and this city will be having n number of houses and each house needs some number of doors. We can't design door for every houses. In this case, IP designer would design a single door which would perfectly fit for all other houses as well. In the same way, in the world of chips, this IP design engineer would be creating reusable components so that other engineers can use the same components in building chips, which reduces a lot of time, rather than redesign it completely. The reusable components can be either small processor or a large memory unit. So these design engineers earn around rupees 10 lakh per year in India at the starting level. In this video, I have covered top 5 high-paying profiles in VLSI. Since the video is getting lengthy, I would cover rest of the profiles in part 2, and I would cover what technical stacks you need to kickstart your career in VLSI field. So stay tuned. Happy learning, happy earning. Bye guys. See you all next video. Until then, signing off. Lakshmi.